gap is closed, but as you can probably tell, the mouths of these Cowboy fans could not be more wide open. It is a frenzied AT&T Stadium in Arlington. Obviously, they do everything big here in Dallas, and the introduction to the Cowboys, no exception. They're set for football in Big D as their guys will do battle with the New York Giants. Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high power, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down.
That's what you're going to need to do against those big receivers. You got to get in there and get physical with them. That time he got in close, got in tight, and knocked the ball away.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down. And the Giants send out their punter now. He'll kick it away after a 3-and-out on the opening drive of the game. And this one will be down by a member of the kicking team at about the 40-yard line. So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at the 40. Here's the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Well, this defense for the Giants, they were terrific a week ago in that win over Detroit.
It was a little bit enlightening talking with the defense coordinator about their performance last week, because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
He'll fire deep downfield for Lamb. He's got a man, complete. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. A big play that time through the air. 35 yards. Every defensive staff harps on limiting explosive plays. Job not so well done there.
Yeah, they talk about it all the time. A lot harder to stop, though, isn't it? And when you think of an explosive play, most offensive staffs define them as passes of 20 or more yards and runs of 15 or more yards.
They went zooming past that number there. Over the middle, and there's a diving catch. And that is caught. Touchdown, Cowboys. Simi Fehoko, his first touchdown on the year. And the Cowboys have taken the early lead. Extra point by Seibert up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And not a good return here at all as they'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line.
For most people, the excitement of a kickoff return is to see a long one that goes back in the opposite direction. But for the guys covering it, it's being able to stop them deep in their own territory. How about that incredible form tackle right there? Shoulder into ball carrier, and down he goes.
A throw left side to start out. That's complete. A gain of 6 there on first. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
2nd and 4. A handoff to Barkley. Limited running room as he'll get about 3 to the 21. And that's some good tackling there to keep him short of that yellow line.
Yeah, and defensively, all I'm thinking is that on that play, get me to 3rd down. Get me into a position where I can make one more play and get my defense off the field.
And I see an extra defensive back on the field. Little surprise here on 3rd and 1. He'll look to throw. Well, they would have gotten the conversion if he could hold on. Instead, the drop means it'll be 4th down. And the Giants send out their punter now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. That'll go as a punt of 32 yards. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive.
Early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice. But at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
2nd and 5 now. Prescott. And he's got Ezekiel Elliott. And some space here. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. A big play there on the catch and run. The offense has to love that because that was just a dump down, and then he turned something out of seemingly nothing.
And the best quarterbacks understand that dumping it down is often a good play, a better play than even what was drawn up.
He gets this down to the 3, but no further. Brought the power run out of the bag and got a couple extra yards with it. It's a good pickup of 7 yards, and now they're looking at 2nd and goal. Running the jet sweep as Prescott backs it forward. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage. Back at the 6.
The defensive coordinators love that. You got a cornerback willing to stick his nose in there, come up on run support, and stop that pop pass dead in its tracks.
And, partner, one good thing about trying to defend that play, you should see it coming the whole way. You see the receiver coming in motion in your direction. Nice job eluding the blocker, making the play behind the line of scrimmage. An even better job studying the play before you have to try and defend it in a game.
Oh, this will be incomplete. The rush gets home just as he was letting that go. That could have been worse. Instead, it's 4th down.
Seibert able to knock this one through. And the lead moves to 10-10.
So a touchdown on their opening drive and 3 more here, and it adds to their first quarter lead.
Yeah, everything's going according to plan so far because the offense has moved the ball, defense able to do their job, and here the special teams unit comes through with their contribution. A field goal to make it 10-zip.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a 1st down now. They'll try and start this drive in the air.
They'll get this complete to Kadarius Toney.
And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8.
Brings up 2nd and 2.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. A give to Barkley out of the gun. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. This running game's so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead him to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week, and right now we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short. Well, you're down early. How do you get back in the game, maybe establish the run? I think they're trying to do that.
Now, I'm with you on that one, and what I like about the message is that there's no panic from the head coach. He's already told his offensive coordinator, let's run the football, let's get things settled down a little bit and find our way back into this game.
And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's third down.
And he's only hit on 2 of his first 6 passes. Time for a quick quarterback regroup here with a big third down coming up.
On third and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. 10-0 to score after 1 on EA Sports. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They go back to the ground now with Barkley. And that time the tackle by Malik Hooker.
That's a strong pickup right there on 1st down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
The 1st down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. They're going to look to throw. That ball caught by Slayton. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
2nd and 6. And he's got it. Touchdown, Giants. Darius Slayton, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Giants able to get this back within a touchdown. Extra point try good by Gano. And the lead is down to a field goal. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. Taken in at the 3. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it, forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize, like going to the county fair. You don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf. That's caught inside the 20. Touchdown, Cowboys! Dak Prescott, probably not the first name you think of in terms of strongest arms in the NFL, but he showed it off there.
And I'm telling you, nothing will light up a crowd more than a play like that. Here in the stadium, all eyes were on the receiver streaking downfield, and you know everyone was thinking, throw it, he's open. What a connection there for the touchdown.
And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Giants take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2 minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do. He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
He'll try again with the arm here on second down. That's complete. He's got Barkley out of the backfield. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, they run with Barkley. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
2nd and 5. He dumps it off to Barkley. They follow up the gain of 5 by only getting 1 there on 2nd down.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Oh, he left that one in a bad spot, but fortunately it's just an incompletion and not picked to bring up 4th down. A first update now from Cincinnati. And the Bengals out to the early advantage. And we'll keep you abreast of how that one shakes out. These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted, but I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yeah.
They are more athletic now than ever before. I'm talking about kickers. Trace their backgrounds.
And now the rookie's free. The 20. Touchdown, Cowboys. The kick return touchdown goes for 97 yards. And the Cowboys are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point by Seibert up and good. And the lead now up to 14. So let's try this again. After the kick return TD, here's yet another kickoff. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted, and we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45.
Certainly making his presence felt in both the pass and the run game. He's having an impact.
Yeah, his first carry of the game right there, he had hurt him with his arm. Now he's showing that he can shuffle the puppies as well. On first down, he'll drop to throw. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And he's way down into Dallas territory inside the Cowboy 15. A big play there for the Giants. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Here's a give to Barkley. Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage.
2nd and 10.
Back to throw here. That'll be complete to Breida. And he's able to get this down to the 5-yard line before he's out of bounds. So they'll get 8 out of that completion, and they're going to have a 3rd down. Back to throw.
Throw that side, complete to Tony.
And he won't have the touchdown, but he will have the 1st down as he's tackled at the 2. Great mix of play calling so far. 3 runs, 3 passes. All 3 passes have been completions. 1st and goal.
I think on defense now, you have to almost take a chance. Rely on your scouting. Pick a play you think they would run here and just load up for it and see what...
And he is in. Touchdown, New York. Saquon Barkley. His 5th touchdown now on the year.
And the Giants get a late score here in the final minute of the 1st half.
Gano the extra point, and that'll cut the lead down to a touchdown.
Giants 17.
Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away.
This one fielded at the 5. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive.
And with a 7-point lead, they'll likely look to take this to the locker room and not really press the issue.
Prescott on 1st down. He's going to air one out.
Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted.
Picked up by the USC man, Adoree Jackson.
And the Giants will have the football as this is taken up past the 30.
He's certainly not been afraid to take some chances downfield. Now, look, it's paid off for him a couple of times. That time, not so fortunate.
And that's where I want to start, what you said. It's paid off a couple of times. So his aggressiveness has been good for his offense for the most part. So he throws an interception there. No one likes that. But I would not rein him back in. The return on investment thus far has been pretty good. 2 touchdowns to 1 interception.
Catch made by Slayton.
20! And all the way in. Touchdown, New York.
For as big and strong as some of these guys are, especially when you see them in full pads, it is sometimes hard to appreciate how truly fast they can move. That was incredible.
And that's the kind of play where you have to kind of catch your breath afterwards. So just give me a second here, because when he shifted into high gear, he was an absolute blower out there. No substitute for speed. We talk about that all the time. The evidence was right there.
And exactly how fast was he going? According to Next Gen Stats, 21.7 miles per hour.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense,
as they will take over here with a little more than 30 seconds remaining.
Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
Following the incomplete pass, here they go again, 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now Prescott.
He'll fire deep downfield for Lamb. Tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
Picked up by James Bradbury.
And the Giants are going to take possession here at their own 47-yard line.
So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 on their side of midfield at the 47. They'll start out on the ground. It's Saquon Barkley. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. They'll look to throw here. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And is this intercepted? It is. It's intercepted. Picked off inside the 10. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
So this is something we didn't see at all from this offense in the victory last week. That's a turnover. They didn't have any, but giving the ball away here in the opening quarter.
I love the surprise in your voice because it's exactly what you stated. Didn't see it last week, but it's a key to their win. And it'll be a key to this game as well, protecting the football. Didn't get it done there.
And that is incomplete. 2 seconds left on the clock.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
And he's going to be taken down here as that will lead us to the end of the first half of play. So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3.
And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive.
It's a tie football game here. What do you think, Charles, the message was at halftime?
Well, I think that they probably just looked at things and said, we're fortunate that this is a tie game. No need to panic, no need to change a whole lot. We didn't play anything close to our best in the first half, so we don't have to go out and win one for the Gipper. Let's just go out and play our best football and win one for us.
Now it's 2nd and 9.
Prescott to throw it.
He'll fire deep downfield for Lamb.
It got his man complete. A big connection on that one. 30 yards. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Prescott off play action.
He'll fire deep downfield for Lamb.
It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Well, I think that was good strategy there, trying to go right back to him after the last completion. But this time, the defense was all over him, and they got there to break that one up.
Off play action to Elliott. Here's Prescott.
Got his man. It's Fehoko.
And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 27-yard line. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
Eluding the pressure right. And he'll just get rid of it.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. To the air again, Prescott. Throw right side, taken in by Gallup. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. To throw is Prescott.
And he's going to be intercepted for the third time thus far.
Julian Love picks it, and the Giants are going to get the football back at their own 17. So it was a drive that had real promise here to begin the third quarter, but ultimately derailed by the INT.
And that was the position you wanted to be in, coming out to start this third quarter, get a nice drive going, looking for the end zone, possibly got a little bit too greedy right there.
They begin with a run by Barkley. Credit the tackle there to Jordan Lewis.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
On play action, they'll throw. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, third down.
Have to give some credit to the defender on that when he read all of his keys perfectly and got a great break on the ball and able to force that incompletion.
They'll get this out to Barkley, complete.
And he will have a Giants first down as he's able to get 8 yards there on 3rd and 5.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
Now this pass into the hands of Saquon Barkley. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
It appears they found something that's working, and they keep going back to it. I guess you can actually say he has the hot hands now, doesn't he?
Yeah, well, it's one thing to hit your guy out of the backfield once, hit him a couple times. Yeah, you're right. Maybe they're onto something.
And I think a lot of that is simply if you get it to him in space, more times than not, he's going to get more yardage than you expect out of each play.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And his throw is incomplete.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. They'll look to throw again. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge. And that's good enough for a first down. So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
They'll swing this out to Tony.
A good rally to the football. Keeps him to only a yard, and it's 2nd down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. They'll get this into the hands of Breida. Call it a gain of 3 on the play, and that's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Now, that's often a surprise for the defensive guys when they see the big fella slide out of the backfield and catch the ball. Not something they usually go over in practice very often.
And they'll need to get to the 35 if they want to keep this drive going on 3rd down. To throw again. That's complete to Slayton. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 30.
I'll give the defensive guys a little bit of credit. They didn't let the deep ball beat them on that play, did they?
No, the drag. That guy can be your safety valve we saw right there.
Yeah, and they picked up a first down for him, too.
Now left side, a completion to his tight end. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7.
1st and goal, New York.
And that is is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. A field goal could get them the lead, but it might not be enough here as they come up on 1st and goal. They'll try and run forward Barkley. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. A loss of 2 there, 2nd down.
That's an excellent stop right there here in this tie game. They're doing their best to hold the fort and at least force a field goal attempt.
Now from the 9, here's 2nd and goal.
A handoff to Barkley on the option.
And he'll take this from the 9 down to about the 7.
Partner, I know we're in a goal-to-go situation, but my goodness. Think about running the ball here. Not even a thought, is it?
Defensively, they're in a prime spot.
And I think the defensive guys are probably expressing themselves to them as well. I wouldn't run it here, guys. You might want to try throwing it.
That pass play good for 7, but it still brings up a 4th and goal. Now Jones. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They're turned away on 4th and goal. And this Cowboy defense comes up with a goal line stand. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They'll start the drive with Elliott. And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
They go to Elliott again, and he'll get this only up to about the 3-yard line. Now 3rd down is looming, a pickup of 2 on 1st down and just 1 yard there.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D linemen to make the play.
Facing the prospect of a punt from their own end zone, they need some cushion. Let's see what they can do on 3rd down. Back near his goal line, it's Prescott. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by James Bradbury. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 and a Giants touchdown. In a tie game 4th quarter, that's about as big of a defensive play as you could possibly make.
And it didn't happen by accident. That was scouting right there. They've seen things that have happened before. They knew in certain situations type of plays they like to run. Read it. And were able to go after the football, get it, and take it into the end zone for a touchdown for themselves.
Fair catch, made at the 25-yard line. The Cowboys take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And can they regroup? That's the question. The pick 6 hurt, no doubt, but this is still a 1-score game here in the 4th. He'll fire deep downfield from Lamb. And he'll return this ball across midfield to the 47-yard line. I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his 2nd interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ballgame, I would have said never, not in a million years. But here we go.
Micah Parsons, the linebacker, in on the tackle.
Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line line of scrimmage. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down. Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time ago in this game, didn't they? It looks like they're headed towards a big, big number. But 20 was the threshold because that kept them in the ball game and kept the pressure off of their own.
And he will take it on in for a giant touchdown.
Well, and this is where quarterbacks' passing numbers sometimes get a little bit more inflated than they should, because this is a short little pass, but it goes for big yardage.
Yeah, and this just looked like a simple, ordinary play to start, but boy, did things change. Once he got free, it was off to the races, and once he hit high gear, there's absolutely no one who was going to stop him.
Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Cowboys take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And last time, 1-play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling, because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
Elliott on 1st down, going to get about 3 before he's taken down.
Tough day, tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there. From the 39, Prescott. And the giant rush gets home as down he goes. Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. They'll need a big play here. Will Dak and the Cowboys after the sack. It's 3rd and long.
Here's Dak. That's complete to Lamb.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
With the kind of game he's had so far, you had to know that on 3rd down, that they would be looking his way, and they did, for big yardage and a 1st down. I think the defense fell asleep at the switch on that one. I would have doubled.
That's caught inside the 20. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. A big play that time through the air. 32 yards. So after the big play, look at this, all the way down at the 15 now on 1st and 10. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Whew, that's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle so they're ready if a tackle happens inbounds.
To throw, Prescott.
And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a 1-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
And this will be recovered by the Giants. And that ought to just about do it. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
So they come up on 2nd down, and they can get another run like we just saw. Would likely put an end to this thing. They'll run it again with Barkley. The Cowboys going to use their 2nd timeout now, as the clock will stop with 33 seconds remaining. Charles, why didn't they just take the knee there?
You're asking the question that I'm asking as well, because we've seen a lot of football where coaches decide maybe they get a little greedy. I don't know if they're doing it for stats or for what reason. We've seen it happen in college, and how about in the NFL? The miracle of the Meadowlands. All they had to do was take a knee and the game was over. The Giants ran it one more time. Ball popped free. Philadelphia picks it up and wins the game.
What year was that?
1978. I think it was in November.
So a victory here for the